faces with their mouths like a chalice and their hair a golden palace. Through my heart like a lovely wind they blow. Though I am black and not comely, though I am black as the darkest trees, I have swarms of gold that will fly like honeybees. By the rivers of the sun I will feed my words until they skip like those fleeced lambs, the waterfalls and the river's horned rams. Then for all my darkness I shall be the peacefulness of a lovely tree.
First, your appearance, which everybody knows. Why did you devise the very personal style of clothes that you wear so often?
Well, because I can't wear fashionable clothes. You see, I'm a throwback to remote ancestors of mine, and I really would look so extraordinary if I wore coats and skirts. I would be followed for miles, and people would doubt the existence of the Almighty if they saw me looking like that.
Well, now, I want to take you back to your childhood. Is it true, it's always said, that you had an unhappy childhood?
Extremely unhappy.
Why? Because you were a girl?
Partly, and also because my father and mother, you see, they married without knowing anything about life at all. They were quite young. My mother was 17, and poor thing, she didn't know anything about life. She was just made to marry my father, and they just didn't understand the first thing about each other.
What sort of woman was she?
She was very beautiful. She had the most terrible rages, which, oh, well, I've forgiven her so long ago.
And what about your father? He was a notable eccentric now. What do you remember?
Oh, well, wild eccentric. When I was a child, I was fond of him, only between the ages of 13 and 17, because he was then kind to me. But then he suddenly turned round on me. I've never found out why.
Did you realize when you were a small child how eccentric he was?
I hardly saw him.
So that his eccentricity didn't embarrass you at all?
No, I saw far too much of my mother.
Now, what was it about her that you didn't get on with?
Well, of course, I was a changeling, you see.
She treated you as if you were.
Well, when I was born, she would have liked to have turned me into a doll. And it was a great disappointment, of course, to them that I was not a boy. If I'd been Chinese, I should have been exposed on the mountains with my feet bound.
Now, I want to change the subject and ask you about something quite different, because there was one episode in your career which has puzzled a lot of people. Why did you decide some years ago to go to Hollywood and work in the Hollywood machine?
Well, I was not working in poetry at the moment, and I needed to earn money.
Did Hollywood either succeed in or even seek to lower your standards?
Oh, not for a moment.
How did you ward them off? Because they have, after all, corrupted a great many.
I didn't have to. I only saw people whose behavior was impeccable, who were highly educated, and the sort of people I would know in England.
Is the story of your affection for, or whatever it was, Marilyn Monroe, just a press story, or is it true? Did it really happen?
Well, I tell you what happened exactly. You see, she was brought to see me in Hollywood, and I thought her a very nice girl. I thought that she had been disgracefully treated, most unchivalrously treated. If people have never been poor, perhaps they don't know what it is like to be hungry. That girl allowed a calendar to be made of her, you see. Well, there have been nude models before now. It means nothing against a person's moral character at all. This poor girl was absolutely persecuted by people. I mean, she has, or had, an unfortunate attraction for an extremely unpleasant kind of man, whom she avoided assiduously. I have seen her do that when she was brought to see me. I really did, you see. I mean, she behaved like a lady.
And has she shown pleasure and gratitude, if you like, for the kindness which you showed to her?
Well, indeed, yes. I mean, when she and her husband, whom I have a very great admiration, came to London, they were asked who they wanted to see, and I was one of the first people whom they wanted to see. and they came. But of course we couldn't talk because every kind of person was just hanging about outside and interfering and all the rest of it, you know, and going and telling lies afterwards. But I saw them again alone in New York, and we had a most delightful talk. And I hope that one day I shall see them alone again.
Do you, in fact, find it very easy to make close personal friendships, or do they come hard?
Yes. When I die, I will be able to say that I think that I've given more devotion and had more devotion than most people I know.
I think I was on the lookout to meet anybody talented at all. I chiefly remember how very silent he was, partly out of nerves, I think. He was very inarticulate. I remember that, yes. We used to often have luncheon together. It was a terrible food shortage just after the war, and the food was really most fearfully nasty. And we used to go to a very nasty restaurant. I wish I could remember the name of it. I can't. He was frightfully pale and very thin, and looked very delicate, I think, really. He certainly gave the impression of not having had too much to eat.